Hi, and welcome to another coffee break with Formation. So, today I want to talk about how to stop obsessing over passing interviews. And really, what I'm trying to get across in this video is to let go of this grasping notion that you must do anything possible to pass an interview. This can cause very negative self-talk. It can cause, low confidence and just a whole slew of emotions that is just not going to be helpful to you. And I know this is easier said than done. It is very hard not to overthink your interviews. So today I just have one really practical tip to try and redirect your attention to something different, something that you have more full control over. And I think something that will be infinitely more useful to you. So let's just get straight to it. The tip is instead of, obsessing over passing an interview, focus instead on learning from every interview. And, go into every interview just, full of curiosity and just openness. And this can help you be less nervous. It can help you hopefully have more fun. And, if you are able to improve substantially with every interview that you do, then even if you don't pass this one, then it will be a stepping stone towards your eventual success. So let's spend a little bit of time then talking about how to learn from every interview. So the first one is super obvious. Simply just reflect after every interview and force yourself really to identify one thing that you could have improved or one thing that you want to learn. This is super simple, but the majority of people I speak with aren't actually doing this step. So another way to learn from interviews is to turn the questions that your interviewers are asking you back on them. So, they might ask you about, what your opinions are on test-driven development. And, start by answering the question, what your opinions are, how it's done at your company, but then, take the time to turn it back to them, ask them what they think about it and how it's done at their company. And, if they are taking the time to ask you a question about this topic, chances are that, this is a topic that this company or this team really cares about. And most likely they have something to say about this subject and might have a perspective, a different perspective that you can learn from. And I am confident that your interviewer will also appreciate the kind of curiosity that you're bringing to this interview. One final advice for learning about a company is to really research and figure out what a company is doing really well. Every company is good at some things and they're bad at other things, but really you want to learn from, for every topic, you want to learn from a company that is doing that well. So, if a company is really good at, building beautiful, sleek UI, ask them about their front end code base and front end coding practices, their design system, ask about the workflows that they have between designers and engineers, those kind of things. If a company is growing extremely fast and they're rapidly expanding their user base, you can ask them about, recent scaling or infrastructure challenges, or maybe if they're going, overseas, you can ask them about localization challenges and learn kind how they're solving these different kinds of problems. In an interview, you can really think about this instead of as this nerve-wracking experience where you're just being evaluated. Think of it as this free learning opportunity to learn directly from your interviewer about anything that you want, and make the most out of that opportunity. And so Yeah, that's really it. So stop obsessing over passing interviews and redirect that obsession into something productive, which is to learn from every interview. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Was this advice useful? And if you've used this advice and learned something from an interview, feel free to comment below. I would love to learn too. And that's it for today. I will see you at the next coffee break with Formation.